Good morning, Kendall Kids. Welcome to your Friday, December 18th. Today, actually, this day in history, was the day that we actually purchased the Panama Canal. And if you want to know why that's a big deal, take a look at this map, and you can see we kind of made a little bit of a shortcut if you're trying to cut across between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. And it was especially valuable for other countries that were passing through all the way across the Atlantic and trying to make it to the West Coast, especially the United States or of South America. So what ended up happening was the French, were trying to build a canal across Panama, and we're like, "Sacre bleu! This is way harder than we thought." And what we ended up doing is we bought that canal from them. At the time, it cost $375 million, which sounds like a lot of money, but by today's standards, that's actually a really, really small amount. But back in the day, this was actually the biggest purchase we had ever made, and plenty of people were critical of it. The problem was the French were trying to build a canal, if you see the sea level canal on the bottom, where they just cut straight through everything at sea level, and it's insanity. There's way too much to do right there. So we ended up re-engineering it to be a lock system, just like the Erie Canal, where you raise the water level up bit by bit so that you can bring your boat, kind of like an elevator, across that seaway. And it's really pretty cool because what we ended up doing is building this really amazing engineering marvel. It cost quite a bit of money at the time, but man, that's really cool how they did that, which actually cuts across continents about 50 miles of land travel, which may not sound like a ton, but when you're carving a canal, that's pretty darn far. And especially considering I had to go through mountains to do so. And that means that plenty of ships for many, many years, and still to this day, can travel and take that shortcut, and it's incredibly valuable. It moves that cargo so much more efficiently and makes some pretty good money. But on a side note, we did give the Panama Canal back to Panama, which is kind of the right thing to do. But luckily, we still get a chance to use it, which is, nice. Anyways, now that you know a little history about the Panama Canal, would you please put your hands over your heart, find the flag in the room, and please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. All right, kiddos, let's talk about food. We have a PB&J sandwich today along with string cheese, or your Max Stuffed Crust pizza with baby carrots, dressing, peaches, and milk. Well, what's going on with the weather for today? Well, I bet you could guess. It is real cold out there today. It starts at about 15 degrees as we came in this morning. It's going to be jumping all the way up into the low to mid 20s through the beginning of the morning, and by the afternoon, we'll be hitting our high of 29 degrees. Well, that means that it's a little too cold for the playground today, so I apologize, guys. You're going to be inside for recess, but considering you get a chance to stay warm and not get those frostbitten toes and fingers, that's not that bad, is it? Coming up, though, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to get the warm-up where most of the snow will melt off. Monday is actually looking pretty nice, and Tuesday actually reasonably well by comparison to what we've dealt with last couple of days. So expect that recess will be back for Monday and Tuesday, so bring that warm clothing along with you to play outside. One other really amazing side note is that there is a really cool occurrence about to happen this evening through the next couple of days. We have the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. Not to be mistaken with conjunctivitis, this is actually an astronomical event where Saturn and Jupiter get extremely close together. It looks really cool. It becomes almost the brightest star in the sky, although they are planets and not stars. And it looks like this right here. If you have a telescope, you can see a lot more with it. And as we approach on Sunday, they will look almost as one giant star in the sky. Why this is pretty impressive is last time this happened was 1620. So, if you want to see this again, you're going to have to wait 400 years. So if you want to look out in the sky, remember to check out to your southwest. So basically just look almost into the sunset, and you will be able to find some very bright stars in the sky, and that is Saturn and Jupiter, and you can see this actually happening this evening around 5 o'clock. Well, now that we know all about that, why don't we end our announcements and end our week on a great note with that Kendall mission statement. The mission of the Kendall Central School District is to provide the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes needed by students to live responsibly and to compete successfully in today's and tomorrow's world. Hope you guys have an amazing Friday, and remember to stay colorful, Kendall.